Hello everyone, Mr. Stevens here again. In today's lesson, we're going to be moving on to cover the area of circles. Before we do that, we're going to do a quick bit of revision of calculating the area of these two shapes. I'll get you to pause the video and have a go at this by yourself. When you come back in a second, I will show you how to do it. Okay, so for the triangle here, we remember the triangle formula equals half base times height. So in this case, the formula, we just plug in our numbers. And then we put that into our calculator. And then our answer comes out to 0.09 centimeters squared. And in our second example over here, the parallelogram, the formula is just base times height. And we can fill that in. And it is 18 centimeters squared. Don't forget the units are now squared because we're dealing with area. Okay, what we're going to be talking about in this lesson though is the area of a circle, and I want everyone to please write down everything that's on this slide. The formula that we're going to be using and the formula that you are going to need to commit to your memory is pi times r squared, where a here is the area of the circle, pi is the value pi, which you can approximate as 3.14 or 22/7, or you can use your calculator to give you the exact value. And then r here is the radius of the circle. And we can also find semicircles and quadrants by just finding half of pi r squared for half of a circle, or a quarter of pi r squared for a quarter of a circle. Okay, let's put the formula in practice here now to find the area of this circle. So the first thing we're going to do is write down the formula. This should be the first step in any question where you're using a formula. It should be to write down the formula. And then we're going to fill in the number for the radius, which is 5.1. And then all we have to do now is plug everything into our calculator. And now the answer is 81.71. Remember, this is another part of really good working out. If you get an answer from your calculator, write down the whole thing and then round it off to the number of decimal places you're asked to. And don't forget to include the units in your final answer. And another one to practice, this time finding only a quadrant. So remember, when we're finding the area of a quarter of a circle, we just throw a quarter out the front of our formula. And then we fill in the numbers. And then we plug it into our calculator. And the answer is just a bit over 7. And then again, we're asked to round to 2 decimal places. It's meters in this case. And there you go, guys. That's how we find the area of a circle. So here is your work. You can either choose the textbook work or the Education Perfect work. I would encourage you, if you're pretty comfortable with this, again, to go to the textbook. But if you want a little bit more help, you will get a little bit more help from the EP lesson. Thanks, guys.